John Heinrich.
Well, actually, it's songwriterdemo.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, songwriterdemo.com.
Uh-huh.
And what all do you do with your work here?
Well, what we do is people send in, they can either send in lyrics or they can send in a complete song. I mean, those are two different prices. But we put them together. We put it together here and hire the singers, and then I hire the guitar player. Of course, I mean, I play steel and I play saxophone. Billy plays keyboard, so we just add it on and mix it, send it back to him.
And you work with people across the world, huh?
I sure do.
Yeah.
Just about every country besides North Korea.
And you've had a lot of experience and you work with a lot of bigger names and stuff. Who's a couple of the biggest names you work with?
Well, of course, Ronnie Millsap, that's who I'm working with right now. Hank Jr. was another one. More of the older people, Razzie Bailey, of course. And I've worked with a lot of different people in the studio, or done overdubs on songs for other people. Merle Haggard, Glenn Campbell, Crystal Gale. It's just a bunch of different people. Mm-hmm.
What got you started in trying to chase your dreams and pursue music business?
Well, that was quite a long time ago. That was in Lexington, Kentucky, which is where I'm from. I decided right when I went into college that I was going to go professional at that point, and just either I go into it as a fanatic or I don't do it.
Yeah.
In other words, when the going gets tough and it's at its worst, you can still stand back and say, yeah, I want to do this.
Yeah.
And if you can do that, if you can think that way, I think it'll get you through the hard times. But then again, I've had maybe one hard time in my career.
Mm-hmm.
And I started in late 60s.
Yeah.
So.
And you're pretty well rounded in a lot of different instruments. What got you into so many instruments and to win this section and stuff?
Well, I started off on bass guitar, and I still play bass guitar. In fact, I forgot to mention that earlier when I was talking to you. That's what I started with. I play a little bit of acoustic guitar, but my main instruments right now are steel guitar, pedal steel guitar, and saxophone. Of course, dobro goes with the steel guitar, and saxophone trails off into the woodwinds, which would be clarinet, flute, but flute's not really a woodwind, oboe, an English horn, and I think that's it.
And you played with Ronnie Millsap for 4 years now,
Yep.
and Nashville Symphony as well. So.
Well, we're getting ready to play Skimmerhorn with Ronnie Millsap. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's kind of a big step. It's pretty much, especially dealing with the winds, instruments, and stuff like that. Orchestra. That's one of the biggest. That's pretty much right there at the.
Yeah, that's right.
Almost as far as you can get.
That's right.
Towards the top, huh?
Yep. That'll be the pinnacle of that kind of music for sure. Definitely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what was kind of your dreams and goals before you started with music? Did you want to do something else in life, or has just music always been something?
Oh, I thought, when I was earlier in my life, I wanted to be a doctor, of course, stuff like that. I think I went through that, but I pretty much went into music pretty early, 15 maybe.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you graduate with music degree?
No, I sure didn't. In college I took stand-up bass. That was my major, but I went and joined a group, and that was it. I went with a group rather than college.
What was it like to get that call or get the main gig with Ronnie Millsap? It's a Country Music Hall of Fame artist now.
Yeah, I was honored. I mean, because as you know, Ronnie's music is just so diverse, and he did so much crossover stuff. Of course, I get to play saxophone and steel guitar, and then there's one dobro song. So I mean, playing with Ronnie is just wow.
Yeah, for sure.
And he's such a nice guy. To have 40 number one hits,
yeah.
And to be as nice as he is, I mean, it's just, I can't believe it.
That's amazing. That's a big step for you as well as everybody in the band and stuff. So that's great that he's still kicking strong and everything.
Yeah, he's still going. I mean, you got to give him his due for his age, but he's going to go for it.
And what else would you like to try to achieve in your life? Some stuff you haven't been able to, or anything in mind?
Well, yeah, it was like I was talking to you about working with Tribeca Symphony Orchestra. I really want to be able to just walk into something in that kind of a situation, and when they throw Tchaikovsky at you, you know, just be able to do it. And I'll admit I'm not there right now, but I'm working at it right now, you know, and I really enjoy that kind of music.
Yeah, that's probably pretty technical and takes a lot of studying, a lot of time of making a lot of mistakes. Huh?
A lot of mistakes, yeah. Boy, oh boy.
That's the only way you learn.
That's right.
Well, man, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
What's and you play Broadway and stuff like that sometimes.
Yeah.
Describe maybe the struggle between the music business and being able to walk on with a big name or do something like that. The difference between that and trying to fight the Broadway scene and stuff.
Yeah, the Broadway scene. That's good that you brought that up. I mean, I don't want to get totally caught up into that because that wouldn't pay the bills anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good to go down there and have fun, which is what I do. I play with Mike Seiler down there, like I said, on Wednesdays at Legends Corner, from 2:30 till 6:15. But it's a fun thing, and I get to do a lot of networking, and you know. But yeah, I wouldn't want to get caught up into just doing that because that would really run you ragged.
Yeah. For
not a whole lot of pay.
Yeah.
You could make some money, sure, but I mean, you know, it's good if you use that in addition to.
Yeah. A lot of singers and people, they get hooked up in that circuit and down Broadway, and sometimes it's hard to get out of it.
Right.
It's hard to. But networking, that's one of the main things of this whole entire town.
That's more than 50% of music career. That's more than 50% of it.
Who you know.
Who you know. And I like to talk to people, and I like to meet new people, so for me it's a given. But I've talked to a lot of musicians that they won't do the networking thing, or they don't like to do the networking thing, and they can't figure out why their career's not moving forward.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way, though.
That's right. Well, I appreciate your time, John. And,
yeah, Ryan.
And I hope we see
Thank
you
you, sir.
again and catch you at Millsap show or something.
Yeah, come on out.
See you on the big screen on a big award show or something over there.
Yeah.
Rocking out, man.
I love it.
Yeah. John Heinrich here at Tone Slinger Records, and you can find his website at what?
www.johnheinrich.net, and I'll change that over to .com because I just got that recently. So.
Okay.
Oh, can I one other thing?
Yeah.
I mean, you can edit this out. This is my new CD, Three Faces.
Stick it up there where they...
Whoops, is it? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I thought maybe that was.
Three Faces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is pop music, and
Okay.
I'll give you that one to listen to. It's all pop music. There's instrumental music on it, and I've just sing the first one. I'm not really a great singer, but it's good that people put a voice with you know.
Very cool. Definitely check us out. And if somebody has an MP3 of something that they cut at home or something, they can send it to you. You kind of retrack it all. Or...
Yeah, we retract the whole thing, and like I said, that's a different scale rate, and we'll write the music to it if they just have words. But I'd like to also mention that it's good that if you let us play with the words and chop up the words or add to, because I mean, if you want the words exactly like you've written them, that's okay, but it has to have a meter to it.
More of a structure.
Da 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 da. And some people will write music, write the words, and da 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 da, and it doesn't make any. But I mean, you know, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I understand. I understand that as a songwriter myself. There's a lot of times I'll da to crazy and work on it for 2 weeks and it hit the trash.
Oh yeah, I've done that too.
I get frustrated, but that's a part of it. It's crazy how songs come about, and sometimes you can throw one together in 5 minutes and rock it for the rest of your life, and sometimes you work on it and take 2 or 3 years. Even George Jones talks about some of the songs that took 5-10 years to come to life. Right. They
just grow. Some of them will jump out and they'll be done, and you go, wow, where did this come from? And then some of them you'll put them away for 100 years and then bring one out and go, wow.
Yeah.
You just hear it in a different perspective. But I also wanted to mention that the website for the songwriting thing is songwriterdemo.com.
Okay. Songwriterdemo.com, where you can find John. You got a phone number?
828-1182. That's area code 615. Let me say it again. Area code 615-828-1182.
All right here at Tone Slinger Records, Nashville, Tennessee. Reach you from around the world. Appreciate you, John. We'll see you in
They crash above the highest traces, deep into the storm of time. I know you'll come to see three faces.